Calle, what were you guys most proud of or pleased with in terms of last night's performance?
We got it done. It was a tough game, but in the end we got it done. We lived to play another day.
What's the key to getting going on home ice? Like, do you feel like tighter or there's more nerves at home? Like, can you point to anything that has been missing at home?
I don't know. I just feel like same mindset as last game. It's another do or die game for us, and we need to be desperate, and we need to put it all out there as we did last game.
Calle, what are you thinking last night as Joe was making some of the saves he's making, especially after the first period?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see. He was great for us yesterday. He did a great job.
Calle, Jim Montgomery said this morning, to quote, he said he's still pissed with his team's play last night and that he doesn't accept it. Hearing that, what does that lead you to expect from the Bruins tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can expect them to come out better than they did last night. It's only getting harder to win each game that goes by. But at the end, the fourth game is the hardest to win. So we're gonna try to make it tough for them tomorrow.
What did you like about the first period that you guys were able to deliver to keep them at bay last night?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we came out playing yesterday. We were hungry from the start. Yeah, like I said, our first period was great. Wish we had scored a couple more goals, but it was a good period for us.
What did you think of Holmberg wrestling with Marchand, and then you had Nyes with Pasternak? You guys showed a lot of spirit in that department.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of a wrestling match it was, but it was.
He got Marchand.
It was more I think the ref got him at the end.
Yeah.
But it was good.
What stood out about Nyes' performance last night?
Yeah, I think he's been good for us. He works his ass off. Great on the forecheck. He's big and strong. Can shoot the puck, and obviously got a winner yesterday.
Mm-hmm. They blew a 3-1 series lead last year. Do you have a sense that maybe the pressure has shifted a bit more to them in this series at the moment?
I don't know. I mean, we're just going to try to focus here on winning tomorrow and go from there.
Do you see Matthew Nyes over the course of the series getting better and better as games go on?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been pretty good every game. But I mean, obviously he's pretty new in the league, and he's probably getting more comfortable. He's been great for us.
The captain showed some extraordinary speed last night on that goal, setting up Nyes. What kind of leadership is he showing to the team inside this room, especially as he prepared for yesterday's game?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great captain for us, and you can see at the goal there at the end, he coming in, he's so strong on the puck, and he puts the puck in the right spot, and just nicely bears it.
Did he give any kind of before the game started? Did he give any kind of a speech in the dressing room?
I mean, it's same every game. He's been great for us every year I've been here, and he's good for every game.
What elements from last night's game do you want to carry over into tomorrow's game?
I think we just got to keep everything simple. We're in the exact same position tomorrow, so just same thing.
What impressed you about the way Joe played last night in goal?
No, pretty well. He just jumped in that series and made some big save for us. So pretty happy about it. I'm glad for him too. Like I said, we're just focused on tomorrow.
You've talked before about not being in the playoffs before. What was that like last night? That's got to be one of the big moments for you.
No, I mean, like it's in those moments that you know why playoffs are special. Those big swings of emotion. It's a fun game to play, especially a game like yesterday. Just looking forward to play tomorrow.
You able to recover from that goal, the Frederick goal, so you're trying to make the right play there, and just the bounce that goes in.
It happened. Yeah. I mean, you can't really dwell on it. It happens. The guys were there. We came up with a win, so good for that.
Jim Montgomery said this morning that he's still pissed, to quote the man, with his team's play, and he said he doesn't accept his team's play from last night. Hearing that, what do you expect from the Bruins tomorrow night?
No, I mean, they're trying to close out that series, right? And we try to win that series as well. So they're gonna do their best. We're gonna do our best.
What do you think?
We can do about it.
I'm sorry. What did you think of Holmberg and Marchand and the way that Nyes stood up to Pasternak?
Playoff games are emotional games. It happened in the game last night. I'm sure it's going to happen again. It's always playoff emotion. It's always fun.
What was it like to see Marchand go to the box for the first time in the series? Do you sense that maybe you were able to frustrate him a bit last night?
Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. If you can go in the box, so be it. We're just focusing on ourselves here. We have a great group of guys. We're all focused on winning, and we're going to do our best tomorrow.
What was it like to see Nyes score that goal last night, and how would you describe the strength that he has on the ice?
I mean, he's a big body, right? Like he's really heavy. He skates well, and especially seeing Tone, seeing those guys stepping up and making those big goals for us, it's good. You know, we need that.
What has allowed the team to get results when big players are out like last night, no Austin, and you find a way to stave off elimination?
Other players got to step up, right? Nothing else you can do about it. If he's not in the lineup or in the lineup, we just got to figure out how to win.
Speaking of guys stepping up, what did you see from Max Domi sliding into that #1 center spot last night?
Same thing.
Yeah.
There's a spot to be filled, and players got to step up and take those spots. And I think we did a good job for that.
You guys were outstanding in the face-off circle last night. How much does that help when you're constantly starting with the puck as much as you guys did?
It helps with that for sure when you start with the puck because you're not defending as much. If we can keep that going, that's going to be good for us.
Jake comes through with a big goal last night. What have you seen from him in the playoffs?
No, he's a player with a lot of games under his belt. I play with him, so it's good seeing him score like that, especially the first couple of shifts of the game. It's good, gives us a little bit of life. I just have to keep pushing and try to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. What's the key to capitalizing on the home atmosphere tomorrow and channeling that in a positive direction?
No, I think we just have to continue on our emotion from last night. Come hungry right off the bat, and just keep that emotion off the game, and that's it.
Sheldon, what can you guys look to change in terms of your process or preparation to get a different result at home moving forward here, if anything?
We just have to accept and recognize there's only one way for us to win and play in the playoffs, and that's how we played last night. And that's the approach that we had, and no matter what the venue is, that's how you need to play. That's what's required.
What's your sense of the group coming off the game? What are you feeling from them today?
I think the guys feel good, about the performance and the result. You're happy coming in here today with another game to prepare for on the schedule. That's really it. We've earned another day here, but we're still in a battle. Like that certainly has not changed. We've gotten the opponent's attention here now, so tomorrow's going to be an even tougher night. But like I said, there's one way to go about it, and that's how we've played in our last 2 road games. That's playoff hockey. That's what's required, and we bring that to the ice tomorrow.
So part of you always have belief in your goaltending, but part of it with Joseph come last night after the first period where the goal goes in, that's really no one's fault per se, and then nothing goes in again. How key was that? Looking at?
Yeah, it's essential. I mean, goals have been hard to come by for us in this series. Their goaltending's been great. And Sammy's played well. I made big saves for us at key times as well. Game 2 in particular, when we win that game, he made some big saves and really important times there to help us win that game. But certainly last night, as good as we feel about our game and as well as we thought we played, it's a tight game all the way through. One mistake, which we did make some, one mistake by the goaltender. This could be the difference, and we're having a much different conversation here today. So, it's really important that we reduce mistakes as a team, and if you make them, your goalie's got to make some saves to be getting them at the other end all series.
Jim Montgomery said this morning that he remains pissed, to quote the man, with his team's play last night, and that he doesn't accept it. Hearing that, what does that lead you to expect from the Bruins tomorrow night?
Whether he has words or not, I expect them to be at their best. They're a proud team. Like I said, last night we got their attention. Last night, I think we showed our character and what we're about and what our purpose is in these games, and we expect them to be better, just like they were when we beat them in Game 2 and how they came in Game 3. So, I don't think the coach's mindset changes anything. I think there's lots of leadership on that team. They're a veteran group, and I think that's the way playoff series go.
What's your explanation for why the team we saw last night, wasn't very evident earlier in the series, even the game they won?
I disagree with you. First of all, the games that we played in Boston, games 1 and 2, were good examples of how we need to play. I thought it was more complete from start to finish in the game last night. But I've liked our games on the road that we've played. Like I said, even game 1, score got away on us. We didn't finish our chances. You think back to some of the chances that we missed in that game, and how some of the chances and goals piled up on us there. But our process, our approach, and how we played in those games is what you're looking for, and it was very similar to last night. It's just that last night, we did it for longer. Special teams, where we only took 1 penalty, and it was our best penalty kill of the series. So that's a big piece of the game. And then, we gave up 2 shots in the first period and reduced the chances overall that we gave up, and got saves, when we needed them. So all those things pile up, and sometimes it really does come down to that, who finishes their chances, who gets the save. And to me, game 1 was some of that. Game 2 worked in our favor in that regard. And games 3 and 4, our process was not what it needs to be, and that's why, to me, some of the questions I got after game 4 were about effort. To me, it wasn't about effort. The effort is there. It's the process that you play. All of a sudden, now you look slower. All of a sudden, you're not spending as much time on the forecheck. You're not in the offensive zone, so it doesn't look the same because of the pace of play is down. We've got to play quick. We've got to be direct. We've got to be fast, and we have been on the road, and we got good results in game 2 and 5 as a result.
Certainly, you do have a battle in front of you, but how important that you got to Swayman, that you got Marchand in the penalty box, Matthew Nye standing up to Pasternak. Those kind of things are good signs?
They're positive signs. We're in the game 5, so you start to think of some things are going to start to go your way in that sense, but I certainly don't know that I would say that we've got to Swayman. We gave up 2, and we had to battle pretty hard to get those and get to extra time, so I don't look at it in that sense in any way. We got to still continue to work to generate more offense and make good on our chances, and we should have way more goals than we have in this series, and in our power play in particular. Even again last night, some really clean looks on the power play that we've got to find ways to beat the goalie and get those over the line. It's a big difference maker in the series, and the games that we've lost, and even the games that we've won have been quite closer than they needed to be.
Is Matthews a possibility this morning?
He skated today. No update otherwise.
What have you guys done well to bottle up Pasternak in this series? Keep him relatively quiet.
I think we've defended really well in this series. Not perfect. At times you're going to make mistakes. Like guys like Pasternak are going to stress you, and they're going to find ways to get through. You look at the goals we've given up for him. One is a face-off mistake. One's a neutral zone forecheck mistake. He gets him behind us, but for the most part, we've done a really good job defensively. Our chances against have been really low and manageable. In the games itself, I should say, we managed the puck well. Again, not as good in games 3 and 4, but for the most part, we've done a good job of reducing our time there. I really liked our approach and how we've defended in this series. That to me has not been a reason why we're in the deficit.
What made last night's penalty kill the best one in the series from your perspective?
I just thought we pressured the puck well. We got clears, we got exits, didn't spend a lot of time on our end.
What does it mean that the next playoff games will be at home and you get to have all these loyal Leafs fans be watching?
Quite honestly, it means nothing. We got to play the exact same way wherever it is. We're happy to give our fans another opportunity to play in front of them. But we have to approach the game no different than we have on the road in terms of our plan and what's required. We don't have to impress anyone. We don't have to do this or that. You need to win the hockey game. In order to do that, there's a process and a plan that's been put in place, and when we've done it well, we've been successful in this series, and when we haven't been successful. So go into this portion of the series, both teams know exactly what it takes, and it's about execution and performance, and that's where our focus needs to be.
Let's say
Last one you're
how
gonna-
Joe handles the moment that is the playoffs, and when things go wrong or things do go wrong, he stays calm and is in there and is as calm as can be, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good sign. You know, it's a big game for him last night to go in and show that confidence. Obviously, we're going to need him to continue with that. Our team's going to have to continue to do a job in front of him. All you know, those things have got to be connected. You know, the team defense has got to do its job, and then if there's a breakdown, goalie has to do his job. So. I thought that's what we saw last night. And Joseph didn't get tested a lot and didn't get a lot of work in that first period. And you know, it can be tough mentally. And you go in and teams played really well, and you've given up 1 on 2 shots. You didn't let that affect him. As you know, Terry has questioned earlier, he just stayed with it and didn't let the next one fall.